Looking for an electric bike? Want to convert a bike you already have? Or just looking for an extra battery for your e-bike? Check out our range at lebikes.co.uk. Hey everybody, what is up? My name is Liam Angell, aka Straight Shootin LJA, and welcome to this LE Bikes opinion piece. And I'd like to discuss right to repair. Now, to open this up, I do think everybody should have the right to repair, or at least the ability to repair their own stuff, but within reason. As you wouldn't want people tinkering around with, say, e-bike batteries without knowing what they're doing, but then it should be quicker and easier to get replacements or fix the issues. Electric bike batteries are, of course, very delicate, and replacing cells or just repairing them is an extremely specialist process. And for liability and, of course, safety reasons, I don't think people without the proper equipment or know-how or expertise should really be mucking around with such sensitive equipment, because there is way too much that could go wrong, and one part soldered wrong, or the BMS connected wrong, or damaged by an unqualified individual could lead to some pretty catastrophic events, negative catastrophic events. The other side of the coin, though, is cost. If there are only a few entities that can do it or are allowed to repair batteries, then you do risk a monopoly in that the market where those companies that are qualified can pretty much charge anything they want, and you're bent over a barrel when your battery starts wearing out, especially after the warranty is expired, unless you want to just buy a brand new one. Now, I'm someone who's fixed and upgraded a number of computers, Mac and PC, and I've also done similar to electric bikes and done e-bike conversions for customers, and also myself as well. I've tinkered around. I've fixed my bikes, fixed tablets, hard drives, etc. And if I added up all the money that it would have costed me over the last, say, couple of decades, we're talking multiple thousands of pounds. And at the very least, hundreds of hours, maybe even months worth of wasted time if I had to send back stuff to manufacturers, like paying postage, waiting for stuff to return, going back and forth via emails, etc. And I wouldn't want that headache with a blanket ban on fixing my electric bike, especially one I've converted myself. So it is one of them ones, and I've heard horror stories about it as well. And the problem with blanket bans in regards to right to repair is that they don't look at root causes, and they often cause more issues than they solve. And in this case, it could drive more people away from e-bikes, because why would you want to buy something you can't fix, or you can't get fixed for a fair price, or you can't find replacement parts for? Working in an electric bike shop for a year and a half, we saw this. And look at VanMoof and what happened to them. They hit bankruptcy in large part because of proprietary parts that you have to go back to them to replace. And from all accounts, waiting times were astronomical. I mean, I've heard the same with Switch e-bike motors as well when you needed a replacement. I mean, I can understand that e-bike manufacturers want to exclude electric bike batteries from right to repair laws because of what I've mentioned earlier about catastrophic events. But for everything else, there should be no exemptions. So you should be easily able to replace your motor, your brakes, your derailleur, etc. if you need to. Basically the perishable parts that wear down the quickest. So with obviously the company that I've started, LE Bikes, lebikes.co.uk, shameless plug there of course. Here in the UK, I've tried to find suppliers that not only have a quick turnaround, but have a good warranty setup and can replace parts if they can't fix them. And also I've made sure we're partnering with companies such as Himiway and their long-range e-bikes and engwe directly, so you don't have to wait 3 months for an unsatisfactory answer, because I've heard that at times. But you also know you're getting stuff from source as well. But as said earlier, people should be able to have the option, even if they don't necessarily want to, of repairing stuff themselves within reason. As said, such as replacing stuff like displays, etc. Because you might want to swap out 850C and a C961. And remember, we're living in a cost of living crisis, and some places have jacked up their prices astronomically because their building rent has gone up and people can't afford to get repairs done. But they love and want to keep riding their electric bikes, as e-bikes are great alternatives when it comes to commuting. So people don't want to sacrifice that. And really and truly, I can't actually blame them for not wanting to sacrifice that. Because if, say, something went down on my electric bike and I needed to replace it, it's a case of, I said, I wouldn't want to wait 3 months for an unsatisfactory answer. And as I said, I've heard so many horror stories from an electric bike shop that I worked in for 1.5 years, where people were searching for maybe the simplest part. They were searching for a replacement battery or even just to get their brake serviced, and they couldn't find anywhere to do it. I mean, most regular bike shops won't touch electric bikes for liability reasons, and that's fair play. But at the same time, it's a case of, I don't think people should be legally, especially prohibited from touching their electric bikes as long as they know what they're doing. And obviously you take responsibility then and liability for any incidents that may arise or happen from you mucking around with stuff. And I said, you shouldn't be mucking around and opening battery packs without knowing what you're doing. There are places, yes, they do charge a lot, but there are places that are specialists at repairing batteries, especially lithium ion ones. Or some of them even do lead acid batteries, repairs of those. But I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think. lebikes.co.uk is our website. We've got the comments section below. You can get in touch with us on Facebook. We are LE Bikes. Search for us, LE Bikes Ltd. We're also on LinkedIn. You can connect with us there. Also, Instagram. Search us, LE Bikes. Have a look for us there. Have a look for us on TikTok as well. We're in so many different places. We've also got the LE Bikes podcast as well, where these opinion pieces are also podcast episodes as well. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you pick up your podcast, you can find the LE Bikes podcast, as well as videos on YouTube, youtube.com/@LE Bikes. Find LE Bikes on YouTube as well. We're also on Twitter, all the socials, we are there. I have been Liam Angell, aka Straight Shootin LJA, and until next time, take care and thank you for tuning in to this LE Bikes opinion piece. Take care, people, and happy riding. Remember, go green, go electric, save money with LE Bikes. Take care. Mid-drive motor conversion kits, ready-made e-bikes, batteries, bike to e-bike conversions, custom builds and more. Start your journey into electric bikes at lebikes.co.uk.